Ladies and gentlemen, life is a gift, a fragile yet profound journey that each of us is entrusted with for a season. While we don't always know the day or the hour, there are moments and signs that can signal that our time here is drawing to a close. Today I want to share with you 7 signs that may indicate you're about to leave this world soon. These signs are not meant to instill fear, but to awaken a sense of urgency and purpose in the way we live our lives. When you feel you've done all that you were created to do, it's a powerful sign. Life is not measured by years, but by the fulfillment of your purpose. You may start to feel an inner confirmation that your assignment on earth is complete. This is not a feeling of exhaustion, but of satisfaction. Have you run your race well? Have you left the impact you were meant to leave? There's a calmness that comes when you've lived a life aligned with your values and mission. If you find yourself reflecting on your journey with peace, it may be a sign. Your legacy is not just what you leave for people, but what you leave in them. Have you sown the seeds of love, wisdom, and truth that will continue to grow long after you're gone? When you feel compelled to make amends or bring closure to relationships, it's often a signal that the heart is preparing for departure. Unresolved conflicts can weigh heavily on the soul, but as the time approaches, there's an urgency to forgive and be forgiven. Is there someone you need to reach out to? You may begin to sense a detachment from worldly ambitions and material things. Your focus shifts from acquiring to appreciating, from striving to surrendering. You find yourself thinking less about what you can gain here and more about the legacy and impact you leave behind. Where is your heart focused? Many who are nearing the end of their journey describe an inexplicable energy or clarity to finish strong. They feel driven to pour out the last of their wisdom, love, or creativity. This burst often precedes a quiet decline, as if to ensure every ounce of potential is released before departure. Are you holding back anything that needs to be shared? You feel an overwhelming urge to pour into others, to give and to bless. You're drawn to encourage, to uplift, and to ensure those around you are empowered to carry forward what you've started. This is a sign of a life well lived, one that understands the power of impartation. Who do you need to bless today? Finally, there's a profound sense of rest, a readiness to let go. It's not resignation, but a quiet confidence that you've done all you can. You feel no fear, only the anticipation of what's to come. It's the soul saying, "It is well." Are you at peace with what lies ahead? My friends, these signs are not a cause for despair, but a call to action. Life is precious, and each day is an opportunity to fulfill your purpose, to love deeply and to live intentionally. Whether you have decades ahead or just a moment, make it count. Remember, it's not about how long you live, but how well you live. So as you reflect on these signs, let them inspire you to make the most of every breath, every opportunity, and every relationship. Your life is a gift, make it a legacy. Life is a journey with a unique purpose assigned to every individual. Purpose is the reason for our existence, the central motivator that guides our actions, decisions, and the contributions we make to the world. Fulfillment of purpose is not about wealth, fame, or accolades. It is about aligning our lives with the reason we were created. Each person carries a distinct calling, a specific assignment that only they can accomplish. Recognizing and fulfilling that purpose is the ultimate measure of a life well lived. Purpose fulfillment begins with self-discovery and introspection. It requires an honest assessment of your talents, passions, and the areas where you can make the greatest impact. Purpose is often revealed through the things you are naturally drawn to, the problems you feel compelled to solve, and the ways you bring value to others. The first step is to identify what makes you unique and how those qualities align with the needs of the world. Understanding purpose brings clarity and direction to your life. Without purpose, people may wander aimlessly, pursuing fleeting goals that leave them unfulfilled. A clear sense of purpose acts as a compass, providing focus and motivation. It helps you prioritize your time, energy, and resources toward what truly matters. Purpose allows you to navigate challenges and setbacks with resilience because you understand that every experience contributes to the larger picture of your mission. Fulfillment of purpose involves commitment and intentionality. It is not enough to merely identify your purpose, you must take deliberate steps to live it out. This requires discipline, consistency, and the willingness to make sacrifices. Purpose demands that you step outside your comfort zone, face fears, and embrace growth. It is a dynamic process, constantly evolving as you learn, grow, and adapt to new circumstances. Purpose-driven living is deeply rewarding. It brings a sense of accomplishment and inner peace that cannot be achieved through external success alone. When you are aligned with your purpose, you experience a sense of flow, where your efforts feel natural and impactful. This alignment creates a deep connection to your work and relationships, as your actions are driven by meaning and intention. The fulfillment of purpose also extends beyond the individual. Your purpose is not solely for your benefit, but is meant to serve others. It involves contributing to the greater good, inspiring others, and leaving a positive impact on the world. Purpose often intersects with service, as it is through serving others that we find true fulfillment. When your life positively influences others, you create a legacy that continues to grow long after your time on earth. A fulfilled purpose is evident in the lives of those who have embraced it. They often exhibit a sense of completion, a feeling that they have done what they were created to do. This sense of fulfillment brings peace and contentment, even in the face of life's uncertainties. People who live with purpose are not concerned with chasing temporary pleasures or material gain. Their focus is on achieving something meaningful and lasting. Recognizing when you have fulfilled your purpose requires reflection and self-awareness. It involves evaluating whether you have lived authentically, remained true to your values, and made the contributions you were meant to make. It is not about perfection, but about progress and impact. Purpose fulfillment does not necessarily mean you have accomplished everything you dreamed of, but that you have lived in alignment with your calling. Living a purpose-driven life transforms the way you view challenges, relationships, and opportunities. It shifts your perspective from what you can gain to what you can give, from living for yourself to living for others. Purpose provides a sense of significance, reminding you that your life matters and that your unique contributions are invaluable. Peace is one of the deepest and most sought-after experiences in life. It is more than the absence of conflict or chaos. It is a profound inner calm and assurance that comes from living in alignment with your purpose and values. Peace often accompanies those who have lived intentionally, making choices that reflect their deepest convictions and beliefs. This state of peace is closely tied to the legacy one builds, as a life lived with integrity and purpose naturally creates a meaningful and lasting impact. Achieving peace begins with understanding what truly matters. Many people spend their lives chasing fleeting goals, material possessions, or societal approval, only to find themselves feeling empty and restless. Peace, however, comes when you focus on what is enduring and significant. This means prioritizing relationships, purpose-driven work, and values that resonate with your inner self. Peaceful living requires you to align your actions and decisions with these priorities, ensuring that every step you take reflects who you truly are. Legacy is the lasting imprint you leave on the world. It is not about the physical or material possessions you accumulate, but the impact you have on the lives of others. A strong legacy reflects the principles you stood for, the kindness you showed, and the wisdom you imparted. It is built through consistent actions that align with your values, creating a ripple effect that touches the lives of people around you and extends to future generations. Peace and legacy are intertwined because a peaceful heart often comes from the assurance that you have lived a meaningful life. When you reflect on your journey and see evidence of your impact on others, it reinforces your sense of purpose and brings a deep sense of fulfillment. Building a legacy requires intentionality and consistency. Every decision, interaction, and act of kindness contributes to the narrative of your life. You do not build a legacy overnight. It is the cumulative result of daily choices and long-term commitment. Peace is also tied to forgiveness and reconciliation. Many people carry unresolved conflicts and regrets that weigh heavily on their hearts. These burdens can prevent them from experiencing true peace. Forgiveness is a powerful act that frees you from the pain of the past and allows you to move forward with a sense of closure. Reconciliation, when possible, strengthens relationships and contributes to a legacy of love and unity. Letting go of grudges and seeking resolution allows you to live with an open heart and a clear conscience. A peaceful life is marked by gratitude and contentment. When you appreciate the blessings you have and find joy in the present moment, you cultivate a sense of peace that transcends external circumstances. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have, fostering a mindset of abundance and satisfaction. This attitude not only enhances your quality of life, but also inspires others to adopt a similar perspective, adding to the legacy of positivity you leave behind. The legacy you create is not only about grand achievements, but also the small, everyday acts of kindness and love that make a difference. Smiles, words of encouragement, and acts of service all contribute to the legacy you leave in the hearts of others. The relationships you nurture and the lives you touch are the true markers of a life well lived. Building a legacy requires humility and a willingness to serve others selflessly. It is about prioritizing the needs of others and leaving the world better than you found it. As you cultivate peace and build your legacy, you also create a model for others to follow. Your actions inspire those around you to live with purpose, integrity, and compassion. This is the essence of a meaningful legacy, influencing others in ways that encourage them to continue the work you started. Your legacy becomes a living testament to the values and principles that defined your life. Reconciliation and forgiveness are central to living a life of peace and purpose. They involve addressing unresolved conflicts, healing broken relationships, and freeing yourself from the burden of resentment. These actions are not merely about resolving issues with others, but also about fostering inner peace and growth. When you engage in reconciliation and practice forgiveness, you open the door to renewed relationships, emotional healing, and a deeper understanding of the human experience. Reconciliation begins with acknowledging that no relationship is without challenges. Human interactions are complex, and misunderstandings, disagreements, and mistakes are inevitable. Instead of ignoring these difficulties or allowing them to fester, reconciliation calls for confronting them with honesty and humility. It requires an intentional effort to repair and restore connections that may have been strained or damaged. Taking the first step toward reconciliation often means being willing to listen, empathize, and seek common ground. Forgiveness is a powerful act that liberates both the giver and the receiver. It is not about condoning harmful behavior or excusing wrongdoing, but about choosing to release the hold that anger and bitterness can have on your heart. Forgiveness allows you to move forward without being weighed down by the emotional and psychological burden of resentment. It is a gift you give yourself as much as it is an act of grace toward others. Forgiveness fosters healing, restores emotional balance, and strengthens your ability to live fully in the present. The process of reconciliation often involves humility and vulnerability. It requires you to set aside pride, acknowledge your own mistakes, and approach others with a spirit of openness. This can be challenging, as it may involve admitting fault or exposing your emotions. However, vulnerability is a strength, not a weakness. It creates an environment where trust and understanding can flourish, paving the way for genuine healing and connection. Forgiveness and reconciliation are deeply transformative because they shift your perspective on conflict and relationships. Instead of viewing challenges as obstacles, you begin to see them as opportunities for growth and learning. These processes encourage you to develop empathy, patience, and compassion. They remind you that every person is imperfect and that extending grace to others is a reflection of your own humanity. Reconciliation teaches the value of collaboration and mutual respect, while forgiveness demonstrates the power of letting go. One of the most profound aspects of forgiveness is its ability to break cycles of negativity and pain. When you choose to forgive, you interrupt the chain of hurt that can be passed from person to person and generation to generation. Forgiveness allows you to rewrite the narrative, transforming pain into a lesson and conflict into an opportunity for renewal. This act has a ripple effect, influencing not only your life but also the lives of those around you. Reconciliation is also about building a legacy of love and unity. When you prioritize healing in your relationships, you set an example for others to follow. Your actions show that harmony is possible even in the face of disagreement, and that relationships are worth the effort it takes to restore them. A legacy of reconciliation leaves a lasting impact, encouraging future generations to value connection, understanding, and peace. Forgiveness does not always require the involvement of the other person. Sometimes it is about releasing internal grievances and finding closure within yourself. In cases where reconciliation with the other party is not possible, forgiveness allows you to heal independently. This internal process is equally powerful and essential for achieving emotional freedom and peace. Reconciliation and forgiveness are continuous practices. They are not one-time actions but ongoing commitments to cultivating healthier relationships and emotional well-being. Every act of reconciliation and forgiveness brings you closer to living a life marked by peace, purpose, and fulfillment. These practices remind you of the importance of connection, the power of compassion, and the value of letting go of what no longer serves your growth. A shift in focus toward the eternal represents a profound change in perspective. It involves moving away from temporary concerns and material pursuits to embrace values and goals that hold lasting significance. This shift is not about abandoning the practical realities of life, but about prioritizing what endures beyond time. It encourages individuals to live with greater purpose, align their actions with higher principles, and find fulfillment in pursuits that transcend the physical and the immediate. The first step in shifting focus toward the eternal is recognizing the transient nature of material things. Possessions, status, and worldly achievements, while often necessary or enjoyable, are not permanent. They can provide comfort and convenience, but cannot offer lasting meaning or satisfaction. When you place excessive value on these things, you risk losing sight of what truly matters. Shifting focus toward the eternal means understanding that the greatest treasures are not those you can see or touch, but those that impact lives, foster connections, and align with timeless principles. This shift often begins with introspection and self-awareness. It requires asking fundamental questions about what you value, why you pursue certain goals, and how your life contributes to a greater purpose. This process involves identifying distractions or priorities that do not serve your higher calling. As you reflect, you gain clarity about what truly resonates with your spirit and what aligns with the legacy you wish to leave. This clarity allows you to make more intentional choices that reflect eternal values such as love, kindness, wisdom, and integrity. Focusing on the eternal often leads to a deeper appreciation for relationships and community. People are at the heart of what lasts. The time, energy, and care you invest in others create bonds that extend far beyond physical presence. Acts of kindness, encouragement, and support leave a legacy that lives on in the lives of those you touch. Shifting focus toward the eternal means prioritizing people over possessions and valuing connections over competition. It is through relationships that you create meaningful and lasting impact. Another aspect of this shift is embracing a life of service. Service is one of the most profound ways to live with eternity in mind. When you contribute to the well-being of others, you engage in acts that resonate beyond the present moment. Whether it is through mentoring, volunteering, or simply being a source of encouragement, serving others reflects an eternal perspective. It shows a commitment to creating a better world and a willingness to prioritize the needs of others over personal gain. Shifting focus toward the eternal also brings a sense of peace and freedom. When you are not consumed by the pursuit of temporary success or material wealth, you experience greater contentment and clarity. You learn to appreciate the beauty of the present moment while remaining rooted in values that are unchanging. This perspective frees you from the anxiety and stress that often accompany the relentless chase for more. It reminds you that your worth is not tied to your possessions or achievements, but to the impact you have on others and the alignment of your life with your higher purpose. This shift fosters resilience and hope in the face of challenges. When you focus on what is eternal, difficulties are seen as temporary obstacles rather than insurmountable barriers. This perspective helps you persevere through hardships with faith and determination. It allows you to view setbacks as opportunities for growth and learning, knowing that your life's purpose is greater than any single moment of struggle. Ultimately, focusing on the eternal inspires intentionality in all areas of life. It encourages you to live in a way that reflects your values and priorities. It influences how you spend your time, the goals you pursue, and the legacy you build. By shifting your perspective toward the eternal, you create a life that is rich in meaning, grounded in purpose, and impactful beyond your years. This transformation is not only fulfilling but also empowering, as it aligns your daily actions with the timeless principles that define a life well lived. The desire to bless others and find rest represents a profound understanding of the interconnectedness of human life and the importance of living with purpose and intention. This principle reflects the understanding that life's greatest fulfillment comes from serving others, sharing wisdom, and leaving a lasting impact on those around you. The accompanying sense of rest signifies a peaceful readiness to embrace the outcomes of a life lived in alignment with these values. Blessing others is one of the most significant ways to contribute to the world. It involves using your gifts, resources, and time to uplift, encourage, and empower those around you. These blessings can take many forms, including acts of kindness, words of encouragement, or sharing knowledge and wisdom. When you focus on blessing others, you move beyond self-centered goals and engage in meaningful interactions that create positive change. Every small act of generosity contributes to a legacy of compassion and care. Blessing others is not limited to grand gestures or extraordinary efforts. Simple actions can have profound effects. A smile, a helping hand, or a word of support can brighten someone's day and remind them of their worth. These everyday acts of kindness create ripples of positivity that extend far beyond the initial moment. They encourage others to carry forward the same spirit of generosity, creating a cycle of goodwill and connection that strengthens communities and relationships. One of the most impactful ways to bless others is through mentorship and guidance. Sharing your experiences, knowledge, and insights can help others navigate challenges and achieve their potential. Mentorship allows you to pass on lessons learned, empowering others to grow and succeed. It creates a bridge between generations, ensuring that the wisdom gained through your life's journey continues to benefit those who come after you. This type of blessing has long-term effects, as the lessons you impart often shape decisions, character, and opportunities for years to come. Blessing others also involves creating opportunities for growth and empowerment. Whether through teaching, providing resources, or offering encouragement, these actions enable others to discover their potential and fulfill their own purposes. Empowering others reflects a selfless commitment to building a better world, one person at a time. It demonstrates the belief that everyone has inherent value and the capacity to contribute meaningfully to society. The sense of rest that accompanies blessing others is deeply transformative. Rest in this context is not simply about physical relaxation, but about finding peace and satisfaction in knowing you have done all you can to fulfill your purpose and positively impact others. This rest is rooted in the assurance that your efforts have meaning and that your life has been a source of goodness for those around you. It allows you to embrace a sense of completion and contentment, free from the need to constantly strive for more. Rest also reflects a release from the burdens of regret, guilt, or unresolved conflicts. When you have lived intentionally and prioritized relationships and service, you find peace in knowing that your life aligns with your values. Rest comes from the confidence that you have given your best and that the seeds you have sown will continue to grow, even in your absence. It signifies a readiness to step back and trust in the enduring power of the impact you have made. This principle of blessing others and finding rest is deeply aligned with the concept of legacy. A life spent blessing others leaves a legacy of kindness, wisdom, and love that continues to influence and inspire. It is a reminder that the most valuable contributions are those that enrich the lives of others and create a ripple effect of positivity. Rest, in turn, reflects the culmination of these efforts, allowing you to embrace the outcome of a life lived with intention and generosity. Living with the desire to bless others and finding rest requires intentionality and selflessness. It challenges you to shift your focus from personal gain to the well-being of those around you. It invites you to consider how your actions and decisions contribute to the greater good. This mindset not only enhances the lives of others, but also brings fulfillment and peace, as you know that your life has been a source of light and hope in the world.